Evening peeps, evening, welcome back to the channel. We're live tonight for the finals of the DSC Mini Martini League. I hope you stick around and watch all three races. We have got a little bit of change to plan tonight, so we're having a lap of honour before we kick anything off. I will go through points and stuff before we get on with that, but I'll just read through this. So we are going to be having a little bit of a lap of honour for a young lad called Tyler Briggs. Unfortunately, he had some complications after surgery, a big surgery as well, looking at the information here. And he was starting to make a recovery, and then unfortunately his body said no. Doctors tried all they could, but he couldn't make it. And unfortunately died Tuesday the 24th, taken way too young. So poor Tyler Briggs, we're going to be doing a lap of honour for him tonight. I think the lads have done a bit of a livery as well for the evening. I'm not sure if it's going to be on for all night or just for the lap of honour, but stick around, you'll find out. So let me get through the points quickly. So we have got three races tonight. We've got the 1965 minis, we've got the 2005 minis and the new VGT minis. So three different championships running all at the same time, but let me get through these points quickly. So in the 1965 championship, we have got Treviso leading the way with 108 points. Hatalad in second with 97. We've got RCMBE2 in third with 93 points. Janio fourth with 90 points. 86 points on board for Dazzler in fifth. We've got Chalky in sixth with 56 points. Old Crawler seventh with 45 points. Pajonski in eighth with 27 points. And unfortunately, Dominator, Aldo and Faithless Emo don't own that car, so they get no points because they can't race. And then we jump to the 2005 Mini, and leading the way in that championship is Hatalad. He's got 104 points on the board. Janio in second in that league with 101 points. Treviso third with 90 points. We've got RCMBE2 in fourth with 68 points. Fifth for DMK Chalky, he's got 64 points. We've got Dazzler in sixth with 63 points. Old Crawler seventh with 49 points. Dominator in eighth with 45 points. We've got Pajonski in ninth with 27 points. Aldo in 10th with 24 points. Faithless Emo with 14 points. And down for the count, 10 points. Late comer to this league, unfortunately, down for the count. So into the VGTs, we've got Treviso leading that league with 117 points on board. Hatta second with 113. We've got Janio in third with, what's that? Is that 90 points? That's so bizarre. I can't read that. Fourth is RCMBE2 with what looks like 88 points. We've got Dazzler in fifth with 69 points. Fifth. Chalky in sixth with 60 points. Dominator seventh with 55 points. We've got Old Crawler in eighth with 47 points. Pajonski in ninth with 27 points. Aldo in 10th with 24 points. Faithless Emo in 11th with 14 points. Down for the count at the bottom of that one as well. Again, late comer, so not many points on the board. 12th for him with 12 points. And then you can see the Mini Martini power rankings. So that's all three championships combined. And then who is leading the way in that one? We have got Treviso at the top with 315 points. Being nipped at the heels by Hatalad in second with 314 points. Janio in third with 279 points. RCMBE2 in fourth with 249 points. And DMK Dazzler in fifth with 216 points. So that is points on board for tonight. So it's going to be a push between Treviso and Hatalad for the overall title. So let's throw ourselves in this lobby quickly. T-shirts and stickers still available, people. Hit me up, smoker@googlemail.com if you want any of that. If you don't, then don't, I suppose. Evening, people. Evening, Marty. Evening, DSC Broadcasting. Martin Lee. Hey, guys. Condolences to Kev and his family. I wanted to be there tonight to pay my respect, but the little one is unwell and asleep right next to me. Rest in peace, brother. Yeah, fair enough, mate. Fair enough. That's fine and dandy. Right, let me turn the sound on as well, because I usually... Not usually. I don't usually. I sometimes forget that one. Right, here we go then. So you can see, and let's jump on board with Hatter. That's a little bit too conflicting to see. You can just see it if I'm getting to the other side of it. Forever Young 17, and then Ty smashed on the side. I can't quite see what it says on the bonnet from this angle. There's like a heart and an angel and angel wings. What's that? Forever in our hearts on the bonnet. Possibly the same on the roof. Can't quite see. Yes, I think it is. It's not bumper cars, people. We are just trying to line ourselves up for this lap of honour. So we're going to be live from Kyoto Driving Park, the Yamagiwa layout tonight. I won't put any of the nonsense on for the lap of honour. I don't know who's leading it. I don't know. We've got people just leaving the pit so they can get themselves on track and get themselves lined up. Some people holding penalties, but we won't hold it against them. I think we are off now then. I believe we've got everyone. Oh no, we've still got people razzing round. That's like naughty, trying to catch up with the pack maybe. So we're going to be without Dazzler for the lap of honour. A couple of drivers just getting off a little bit. So it's going to be a slow lap round here, just in honour of Tyler Briggs, again age 17. Had a terrible injury. I'm not going to go into the details. It's not my place to do that. Went under the knife for a very long time and unfortunately came out, you know, had just complications unfortunately. That again, the driver's just being respectful and having this nice slow lap round. This is not the car we'll be starting in. We'll be in the the 1965 old school Mr. Bean style Mini. Here's Dazzler. He has caught up. He has caught up. But yeah, it's a big mark of respect really for the drivers to do this. You know, a lot of them probably don't know the kid, but it just shows the camaraderie there is in the sim racing world, and you know how much people will band together for this sort of stuff. I mean, the sort of charitable work that I've seen and been involved with some of these sim racing groups, it's, you know, it doesn't cost us anything in terms of a little bit of money that we can give to people, or time that we can give to people, or show awareness of. And exactly what these boys are doing here, just doing that respectful thing. Have they all got, see that front corner, have they all got a little chip off the bonnet? Chip of paint there. Does it look like it's all broken? Looks like it's the same on Hatter's. Or is it just one particular corner they keep razzing their car on? They've all got it. I bet there's a curb they're hitting somewhere that's causing that damage. Should have really given you lots a bit of a lap tour while we were doing this, but never mind. Taking their time. There's probably going to be some handbrake turns over the line, possibly some wheel spins if they can get them out. many bumping and barging, I can imagine. It does seem to happen after these sorts of things, you know, the mark of respect, and then the mark of respect on the lap, and then the celebration of the life by, you know, just spanking the throttle and getting these things sideways, backwards. And maybe, I don't know, it does happen in some of the other lobbies. So no, they're getting off then. Drivers starting to spread open. Looks like that's a lap of honour done and dusted. I didn't know if they were going to reset the lobby. But yes, that is it. And then drivers will get kicked out of this one because they'll have to go and join in the old car. What on earth happened there? I didn't press any buttons there, people. I was thrown in the pits, and then all of a sudden I was back out on track. So there you go, there's a couple of the old minis just coming out on track. So it's going to be a short little 10-minute qualifier. Let me just get that right. Then we're going to 3 different races tonight. Again, we start in the 1965 Mini, and that's going to be a 10-minute race around here at Yamagiwa in the 1965 Mini. They don't go very quickly, so it does take an awful long time really for them to get around a lap compared to anything reasonably modern. And once we do that, once we finish that one, we jump into reverse grid race for race 2, which is going to be the 2005 Mini Coopers. And then I believe it's finishing positions from that one stick you in the final positions for race 3, and we go from there in the new VGTs. Yeah, Marty, you in race 1? Have you got the old Mini? Where is he? There he is on screen. Yes, he has. He just fired it up. So again, I'm not sure if the lobby is going to be reset, or whether they're just going to crack off with full quali straight away. But not everyone's out on track yet, so I can imagine there's going to be a lobby reset. There it is. Qualifying will begin shortly. Good at this, aren't I? Come on. There it is. Still got the old wooden steering wheel on here as well. That's how retro we're going. So now we can get the nonsense on for you guys. Yeah, so they hit about 85, maybe 90 miles an hour with a shove up the rear. They don't go super quick. Yamagiwa, big, wide open circuit for these little tiny cars. You can see how wide it is. You can get many little minis spread across this track. Again, so it is only qualifying at the minute, 10 minutes are just on the out lap, so nothing really to see here. Let's just have a quick look at some of these liveries. So it is the Mini Martini League, and there it is, Dazzler rocking the Martini logo on his car. Kinder Egg logo for down for the Count Marty. He's also got the number 17 on his car. Sure, that could be it as a mark of respect. Who's that just crashed in the background? RCMB2. Could be as a mark of respect to Tyler as well. Everybody else had 17 on their car. There is RCMBE2 in what looks like a rolling pack of Benson and Hedges. Genio in his standard anime livery. You'll see a couple of those tonight in various minis, and this one as well. Almost an identical layout on all of his minis with the Wolverhampton Wanderers Martini logos and liveries. Hatter trying to make me sick in his full bronze. That's been sent. Are they starting to have a punch-up now in qualifying? Why are you having a punch-up in qualifying, boys? Or are you listening and trying to get these things like 6 wide? Right, there's 3 of you. There's 3. Easily get another 2 squeezed down there. Right, let's do a lap while they're being a bit chaotic. Some with spoilers, some without. Makes no odds to these things. So, into turn 1, long, sweeping left-hand hairpin. See, just keeping that foot firmly planted to the floor. No need to let off or brake. Again, massively wide circuit here. All about the slipstream. Pushing each other along, really, is Hatterlad on Treviso. Treviso's right up the tail of Janio as well. Through the little S's then, up and over the hill. With a long, sweeping left-hand hairpin. Circuit, a lot of space to travel. Just let these things slide out on the exits of these turns. Through the little kink to the right then. Back down the hill. So you can turn right there and go on to the other part of the Kyoto driving part, but we're not doing that tonight. We're going left through the S's back up the hill. Whoa, stretching those limits in front. Janio and Treviso looking for a bit of grass tracking. Up the hill, Hatterlad even dropping it to 3rd there to try and get a little bit more speed up the hill, a little bit more acceleration. Into the tight hairpin then. Again, not a lot of traction on these cars. They have got racing soft tyres on, but they're not the biggest of wheels, as you can see. They're not the widest, so they won't give them most traction coming around some of these corners. Through this final chicane, does tighten up on the second part of it. Big curves to avoid through there as well, and then down towards this final corner. Janio's managed to peel away from these 2, and Hatter just decides he's going to sling one up the inside in this final corner. Treviso just carries the speed through, so let's start having a look at these times then. Janio's going to be the first one to give us a time on the board. Beep, it's a 2:12.6. Treviso then 2:13.9 for second. Hatter in 3rd, 2:14.2. Dazzler across the line, 4th for him. He's got a 2:16.5. Oh, I was going to say Marty, but it's not. RCMBE2 comes through with an 2:15.9. Dazzler has also done a 2:16.5. Marty, 2:16.9 for him. Aldo in 7th at the 2:17.7, and Old Crawler in 8th there with a 2:17.7 as well. Already 5.5 minutes into this 10-minute qualifying session. It's taken a while to get around here in these pretty slow minis. Look at this, 93 miles an hour. The power, the speed, the G-forces, phenomenal. So with this much space between him and the 2 drivers behind, whoa, we just catch Hatterlad getting a squirrel on. That has compromised Treviso. He's having to take tighter and wider lines, to not crash into Hatter, and that's going to slow the pair of them down. They're going to have one shot, I think, to try and beat Janio, because he's got this 1.2 seconds lead on them. That's going to be the fastest lap. Risking it through there, Treviso getting on the grass there. He's having to take avoiding action. Hatterlad's having to go around him this time. Through that chicane then for Janio. Final corner coming up. What's he got? He's already on pole position with the 2:12. 6:46. Can he better that time? I'm sure that time between them hasn't changed. Literally hasn't changed. 1:2.58 between Janio and Treviso. It's not moving up. A slower lap that time. 2:13.6 out on his own. Two more laps actually. Treviso still bumper to bumper. Aldo up to 4th and 2:15.0 on the clock for him. Marty moves up as well. He's into 5th, 2:15.6. That's about 6th and 2:15.7. He's found a little bit more time himself, but a couple of drivers have been a tiny bit quicker. RCMB2 in 7th. He has found a bit more time, but not enough to move him up the board any. Old Crawler in 8th, and again has found more time, 2:16.0, but again other drivers have just found that little bit more. Really it's all about these three there so far up the road. Look at this, Treviso and Hatter side by side during qualifying. You want to be getting a tow and things like that, boys, but you just got to be a little bit careful. So through that hairpin, they are going to see another lap of this. After this, they've got another minute and a half on the race timer. They'll easily get to the line before that runs out. In quali spread open a little bit now then. Hatter and Treviso not side by side anymore. Why is it saying Treviso 3rd? Oh, because he is. He's just got in front of Hatter. Of course he has. It's qualifying. It's qualifying. Smoker, come on. Get your head in the game. So a little bit quicker than his previous lap for Janio, not as quick as his second lap though, it's just still on that 2:12.6. Treviso hasn't chopped that time down to him though, 1:62. Hatter's looking to close that gap up as well. Aldo stays in 4th, well no he doesn't, RCMB2 comes through to nick that one off him, he's the last one to cross the line. 2:14.7, he's stuck on the board, so pushes Aldo and everybody else down. Finding a little bit more time there. Stays in 6th though, Dazzler at 7th. Crawler 8th. So there it is, final lap being shown on screen then. 10-minute race timer or qualifying timer has ticked over then, and it is still this man on pole. Last lap shenanigans to try and take him off that position. I feel a bit bummed up tonight, people. Oh no, Janio. He's binned it. Well, that's any attempt for this lap to hold on to that pole position. Treviso is also running a bit slow. Hatterlad is still pressing though. Timing line coming up. Let's see what time he puts in. Than his fastest, but I don't think it's going to be faster to move him any further up this order. Evening everybody, if you've not already, please click the like button and all the rest of it. Throw a comment in the chat. Right, Hatter, what can you do? Can you move up the field? Have you been able to stomp these last couple of corners? No, stays in 3rd. Treviso again, I think, is going to stay in that 2nd position. Unless anybody else can come through quicker. But he had slowed down on that final lap, so he won't be able to gain any time. Just wait for everybody to cross the line. And there it is. So it is Janio on pole, then Treviso second, Hatalad in third. Well, we're not going to get to see. We can now though. Janio first, then to 12.646 for him. Treviso second, Hatalad in third, RC MBE2 in fourth, Aldo in fifth. Down for the count, Marty in sixth, Old Crawler seventh, and DMK Dazzler in eighth. That is your running order for race one. We'll see Dominator in race two as well. You can see him just on the right hand side there. He's our ninth driver, but he doesn't own this Mini, so he doesn't get to race in this one. I think he does own this Mini, but he's made far too modifications to it. He went a bit too max power on it. Okay, race one here then at Yamagiwa at Kyoto Driving Park, just about to get underway. 10 minutes on this wide open circuit. Wait for the lights to come on then. You can see them just popping on there then. We are away for race one. This is the finals tonight as well, so everything to play for. There's a few drivers pretty close in the championship, so overall the championship and the individual championships to fight for, I believe, tonight. Someone will have to give me an update in terms of points, hopefully before the stream finishes. If not, I'll post them on my Facebook page tomorrow. So it's going to be a procession for the first couple of corners until we get down to some of these tighter sections where people take different lines and throw different speeds. It is Janio from Treviso, followed by Hatalad, top three already, pulling a little bit of a gap then. Aldo being pushed by Marty, who in turn is shoving RC MBE2 down the road. They all split then as they come into these this long sweeping left-hander, just to avoid any kind of chaotic danger. Treviso trying to get a wing up the inside of Janio, but it wasn't to be through there. Right on his tail though, coming down towards the chicane at the bottom of the hill. Janio just putting his car in the right place to avoid any kind of manoeuvre up the inside. Does everyone get there? Whoa, everyone get those curbs correct? Yes they do, everyone through cleanly. Treviso still tucked right under the rear bumper of Janio here. To the tight hairpin. Get different lines through there, but they come back together on the exit. Everybody else follows them through as well. A bit of a gap developed from the last couple of drivers, but the majority of the field all together through this final chicane then. Different lines through there, big amounts of curb being taken by Treviso. And then into this final corner then, nobody going for a lunge up the inside there. Now, has anyone got the power to get a move down this start-finish straight? Treviso and Hatta pretty much side by side. Janio's peeled over. Hatalad will have the toe off him over Treviso, but he's still just wing in front. There is Treviso. Absolutely bumper to bumper. Treviso will definitely get that position back round here. Hatta's got to take such a wider line. We've still got a wing there. He's trying to hang on to it. It's not going to be enough. Oh, as I say that, they come up here. He has managed to hold a wing. Get on board. Get out of the way, Treviso. They were side by side all the way through there. A long sweeping left-hander coming up now. To carry some good speed through here. Had to try and hold on to this one. There you go. Just loses out through there. Has to tuck himself back in behind, but might be able to get the switch back on the exit, can he? Not quite carrying enough speed. goes, switches over, gets another wing up the inside as they come down to the chicane at the bottom of the hill. And RCMBE2 goes for a move up the inside. A little bit of contact between those two, little bit of bumping back. Oh, it's chaos. There's minis all over the place, big gaps develop then. RCMBE2 having a tiny bit of contact with Treviso. I think Treviso looking for his way past Hatta. Just filled the road with a mini where RCMBE2 was going, and he tried to avoid the action. Obviously that put him off his stride a little bit. He couldn't get his braking point right. Ended up giving Treviso a little nudge. Treviso nudged him back, and then they had a little coming together on the end of that corner as well. Fortunately, that's pushed Treviso all the way down to 7th position, so 4 minutes 20. He's got a lot of work to do to try and get back through this field. Currently 8 seconds behind race leader. And there is Janio leading the way, then Hatta just 0.8 of a second behind him as we are about to start lap 3. Top 2 then, great big gap back to RCMBE2, 4.3 seconds. That's about all over the back of him though. Marty out on his own a little bit. He's got Aldo reasonably close. Treviso again trying to make anything of this race. Just that little bit of contact. And old Crawler still tucked on the back. Those top 2, look at that. Look at the gap they've pulled. 4.2 seconds over RCMBE2. Still going to be hard fought for Hatta. You've seen how difficult it is to try and get any kind of move on people, even with a slipstream. This is where it all went wrong for Treviso. Still 0.8 of a second back though, just can't close that gap up. It's 0.9 of a second, he's lost a 10th running up the hill. RCMBE2 still being harassed by Dazzler in his mirrors. Good defensive. Hugging that inside line, Dazzler trying to get a good run on the exit. Just not carrying enough speed around here for it to make that much difference. In 5th, Aldo and Treviso have closed back up on him though. Could be under stress here for these last couple of laps. Marty. Crawler unfortunately falls off the back of Aldo a tiny little bit, 2 seconds back at the moment. No toe for him. Slight swaying across the track, just trying to drop that toe for Hatta. Oh, we've lost a driver. Aldo's disappeared. He was behind Treviso in front of old Crawler, so I don't know what's happened there, but old Crawler wasn't close enough to cause him any trouble, I don't think, so not sure what happened. So all over the back of Marty in the moment. Still 8.2 seconds back off the race leader though, so we've seen how difficult it's been for Hatta. That's not pretty, Treviso. That's not pretty at all. I'm not, you know, I didn't think Dazzler, I didn't think Marty had anything to do with your incident. Who knows? Who knows what happened there? Maybe that's Aldo leaving was the catalyst for that one. I'm not too sure, but it is still Janio that leads then up front, holding fastest lap as well, 2:12.9. No distractions for him. There we go, Marty just in the chat. What was that? maybe Treviso thought it was Marty that took him out. I don't know. RCMB2, he's been off track somewhere. He's found himself with a half a second penalty. Not too sure. Is the penalty zone? It's on the start-finish straight. Yes, it is. It's just showing up now then. So he's going to lose that. Dazzler and Treviso might be close enough to gain a position on him. Again, you do lose an awful lot of time with this penalty. It says half a second, but it always ends up being about double. It ends up usually being about a second, so he sticks his brakes on there. Doesn't lose too much speed, to be honest, but Dazzler and Treviso are definitely closing up on him. Dazzler's almost round the outside of him into turn one. CMB2 hugs that inside line. Side by side through there. Treviso's in a good position here. Ooh, Dazzler gets a move up the inside of RCMB2. He's got that position as well. RCMB2 left the door wide open through there. Treviso also right on his tail. Ooh, goes for a little move up the inside. Almost. He gets his way past RCMB2. I thought he just about got past Dazzler, but not yet. Still pressing. RCMB2 not out of it yet either. Let's just go and check up on the top two. Hatter and Janio. The gap's opened up a little bit. 1.3 seconds between those two. Still kicking off here though. Treviso up the inside this time. Carries the speed through there. Almost rips tyres off the rims, but he gets his way through. Back into third then for him. RCMB2 looking to come back and take that fourth off of Dazzler as well, towards this hairpin. I didn't think you were, Marty. Dazzler and RCMB2 still sideways on the exit of that hairpin. It is final lap now. That is the 10 minutes done and dusted. Janio coming up towards this final corner. Got 1.3 seconds lead over Hatter. So that's just backed off the throttle a little bit through there. Still positions changing in the background, but it is going to be Janio that takes the lead. We'll see that battle. There it is, coming around that final corner. Janio takes the win then in race one. Hatter takes second. Treviso is going to come back home for third position, but yeah. Not the prettiest of finals, but these two, RCMB2 and Dazzler, it is going to be it is going to be Dazzler that takes the win out of those two. He comes home in fourth, then RCMB2 takes fifth. Real good battle right at the end there. Old Crawler sixth, and Marty, after getting involved in things he wasn't involved in seventh. Didn't involve himself either. Yeah, Aldo left the lobby completely. Got assaulted. Yeah, I think, as it was a naughty move by Treviso, I will say, it was naughty, but in his defence, not that it's defendable in that respect, I think he just thinks you might have been the taker-outer of death in that corner, when obviously it wasn't. He might have just caught a glimpse of your car going past him. Got full rage going on. Who knows? But that's not what we like to see. So we jump into race 2 then. That's going to be reverse grid from race 1. Unfortunately, we've lost Aldo, but we do gain a DMK Dominator for races 2 and 3. So Dominator does own the last couple of cars in the list. Just stop ragging my computer desk around, but move my seat instead. So it'll be a couple of minutes wait. In fact, you know what we'll do? We'll have a look at official results. No, that's not where you were meant to be clicking at all. Come on. That's what you're meant to be clicking. There is Janio on that top spot for race 1 of the finals. Hatta in 2nd then, Treviso 3rd. Dazzler 4th, RC MBE2 in 5th, Old Crawler 6th, Marty 7th, and Aldo DNF'd. I don't know what the rules and regs are. I know some of the leagues do it. If you race half the race or something like that, you do get points. Not too sure what the full instructions are with this one. So yeah, it's going to be a reverse grid for race 2. Half points. Okay, there you go. Half points. DMK Dominator, DSC Broadcasting, lobby host just coming in the chat and telling us what's what. So they will get half points. Oh, okay. Aldo's back. Was it? Hopefully, just a connection issue. Because I would have. I didn't think he'd rage quit. I was hoping he hadn't rage quitted. And the fact he hadn't abused anyone in the lobby before quitting kind of makes me think it was internet issues. Stop the missus streaming bloody Downton Abbey or whatever she's doing. What's the latest crap on telly that people are all over at the minute? Come on, there's got to be a TV show that everyone's raging about. Get her off the streaming app so you've got full jiggity joggity stuff with your internet. You know what I'm talking. Bandwidth, that's the word I'm looking for. So we are waiting. No, we're not. No, we're not. We were waiting for DMK Chalky, but he's just arrived in the lobby. Just going to make sure he's got the correct car, and then we'll have 10 drivers in for race 2. So again, this is the finals tonight, people. Let me just have a look at that. What does that do for the finals of the Minis 1965s? So Treviso was leading that one. He still gets 3rd points. Oh, he could still take it. Could still take that. You better be working those points at DSC Broadcasting. Because Hatta took the win. He's sitting in 2nd position. Sorry, Jainio took the win. So he gets maximum points for that one. Hattalad came in 2nd. Treviso actually took 3rd, even though he got nudged down the order. So I don't know. Oof, oof. Yeah, we did see that Treviso. It was a bit of sort of half a dozen of one and 6 of another. It was, I think, just as you were trying to get your way past Hatta, you peeled across the track. From my perspective, this is all I'm saying. You sort of cut across the track to go for the move, and I think you just made a great big wall for RC MBE2, who had nowhere to go. So he then had to sort of throw himself almost onto the grass, and he just messed him up. He carried a little bit too much speed through, nudged you onto the grass through that first section, and then, well, the rest is what they call history. You were there, you know. So, still no time in terms of what time it's going to kick off. Probably a minute or two, I would expect. Now we've got everyone in the room. Hopefully everyone's had enough practice now. There it is. Let's go. DSC Broadcasting starting the lobby for race 2, coming in the chat and telling us so as well. So here we go, race 2, reverse grid from results of race 1. Rolling start as well. Oh, come on. So they do start all the way down that other end of the circuit, look, and as they get towards the lights, the timer will tick down. And they will already be rolling and semi up to speed by the time they cross the line. We run these to try and avoid any sort of chaos from the reverse grids. Obviously the slower drivers at the back, you know, we've not got lobbies full of drivers all over the place where you've got, you know, all the similarly fast drivers. You've got drivers of every ability in these lobbies. They just want to race. So it hopefully just allows the drivers who aren't so quick to get a few corners in before they harangue too much, forced off track by the faster drivers coming through, you know, trying to make a move through. So Marty stomping his way around in first, then Old Crawler in second. We've got RCMBE2 in third, Dazzler fourth, Treviso trying to make his way past him already in the Wolverhampton Wanderers liveried Mini again, then already up to fifth, Hatalad in sixth, Janio seventh, Aldo in eighth, Dominator ninth, and Chalky in 10th. Oh, tyres squealing through there, looks like everyone's through it. See any cars sideways. Majority of drivers rocking the Tyler Briggs blue livery. Did have a lap of honour in his honour, I suppose. That's what it's all about. Beginning of this race, poor lad, only 17, taken way too young. Complications after surgery. So RCMBE2 then through past Marty, Old Crawler having a look past him as well. So RCMB2 leading the pack then into the chicane. Old Crawler in second, Treviso making his way through to third position. Oh, a little bit of contact there between a couple of drivers, but everybody's still safe. Hatalad in fourth, then Dazzler fifth. Janio 6th, Aldo in 7th, Marty been nudged all the way down to 8th position. Dominator not even finished lap 1 and he's got a 1 second penalty. He's right on the tail of Marty heading down this start finish straight. Chalky unfortunately fallen off the back of the pack a little, 2.1 seconds down. It is still this man, RCMBE2 leading. Treviso's already made his way past Old Crawler as well into second. Hunt then for RCMBE2. Be nice, Treviso, be nice. It was purely accidental. Watching. He's still closing that gap down to 0.6, still dragging Old Crawler Hatter. These minis do like to let go. 0.6. Look at the weaving down here. Closing the gap a little bit. Closes up a little bit more into the chicanes. Oof, drivers risking it for a biscuit. Old Crawler, yeah, I was going to say Old Crawler going a little bit tight through there. Ran himself onto the grass, picks himself up a second penalty for the trouble. Hatalad squeezes his way into third then. He's gone deep into the hairpin. He's managed to hold on to that position, and look at this. Treviso all over the back of RCMBE2 down towards this last chicane. Again, just watching. Whoa, almost off track there. Loses a little bit of time. Treviso is just going to be able to power on through, holds that speed all the way into this final turn. RCMBE2, can he carry the power around on the outside? A little bit, he's closing back up on Treviso. It's a good move by Treviso, just saw him lose that speed, held that inside line. Don't know whether RCMB2 is going to carry the speed into turn 1 though. No, backs off, leaves Treviso with that lead position for the time being. Then Hatter then tucked himself onto the back end of this fight in 3rd, Janio in 4th. Dazzler pushing him around this circuit in 5th, Aldo 6th, Marty into 7th, Old Crawler in 8th, Dominator 9th, and Chalky 10th. This RCMB2 all over the back of him. Hatter right there as well. Let's get ourselves on board with Hatter. Look at this battle in front. He's trying to get himself involved with. He's now 0.6 of a second back from these two. Got to be so careful carrying the speed onto those grass verges. Exploring those track limits to try and carry as much speed as possible. Treviso, you saw him drive all the way onto that curb before he hit these those chicanes. It's worked out. He's pulled a little bit of a gap between himself and RCMB2. Hatter's closing up on RCMB2 himself. So a 15-minute race then in these slightly faster minis. Gaps back to 4th place, Dazzler, Janio. Still battling it out for that position. Can hear the back end of these minis let go a little bit. Top 3 then, nothing separating them, less than a second. Hatter, there you go, trying to stretch those limits. Look at this, another battle behind Dazzler, Janio and Aldo. Bumper to bumper, you're not getting to see their snazzy liveries this week, unfortunately. Marty in 7th, 1.3 seconds off that pile of 3 in front. 1.6 in front of Old Crawler. Somebody off circuit? No, these cars just look like I say, they just like getting loose. Dominator in 9th, 5 seconds off of Old Crawler, unfortunately. Still 2.3 ahead of Chalky. Look at this, absolutely bumper to bumper for these 3. Hatter looking for a way past then. It's a 1/10 of a second in it between him and RCMB2. There's all that curbing that Treviso takes. All the drivers getting a bit of a wobble on through there. Still less than a second between these 3. Hatter trying to close that gap, get his way past RCMB2. Big gaps behind. There's the next battle on track. Carries good speed out of there, all over the back of RCMB2. Not going to go for the move into the chicane. Dangerous place to go for it. Trying to carry good speed out down towards this final turn. Maybe get the move on RCMB2 down this start-finish straight. Again, not the longest. Can't get yourself up to full race pace and slipstream mode down here. It will work, but you've got to be right on the rear end as you exit that corner there. Not close enough again. So top 3 almost 5 seconds ahead of everybody else. Gianio's managed to find his way past Dazzler into 4th then. He's got his work cut out to try and close up on those top 3. Dazzler into 4th, Aldo 5th, Marty still 7th, looking to close up on those boys in front as well. Crawler in 7th. There we go, spinning those tyres up. That's what I keep hearing around these corners. Dominator still holding that 9th position. Oof, as he dips a wheel on the grass himself. Chalky still 2.5 seconds, 2.3 back from him. Treviso's not been able to break away from these 2. just getting loose, actually gaining a little bit of time on RCMBE2 and Hatter through there. Looked a little bit scrappy, but it was obviously the faster line. Gets that gap almost to out of slipstream range for those two behind. 0.7 of a second, it's stretched up to about 0.85. Needs to be around there, or 0.9 before they start losing that toe. Still at 0.7. Nothing in it then between these guys. Again, Janio would have liked to have been involved, but he's too far down the order. He's spent far too much time battling past other drivers to get himself up here. Had to then all over the back of RCMBE2. Is he going to go for the move this time? Could be close enough. Let's go for a look at the inside. Who can carry the speed? He's on the grass. Oh, Hatter lad, well held. I thought that might have been you taking out RCMBE2 then, but all four wheels on the grass, had that thing literally sideways. Almost taking out RCMBE2, and that little tiny bit of contact has allowed Treviso to escape. 1.1 seconds up the road now. These boys have got to push hard then to get that toe back. Safe fourth at the minute. There is Dazzler, Marty, everybody else setting their tyres on fire through there. Dominator being overtaken by Chalky. Is he? The inside, who's going to carry the speed? He does just get his nose in front, Chalky. Dominator has to drop to the back of the pack then. Found 2.5 seconds somewhere, Chalky. Lose it back here though. Dominator carrying good speed through there. Chalky having to make slight adjustments through that corner. Dominator's picked up half a second penalty though, unfortunately. The top three are now opening up a little bit. 1.3 seconds between Treviso and RCMBE2. Hatter still trying to get past that second place driver. Another half a second behind them. Absolutely nothing he can do. Yeah, no toe. Not being pushed around the circuit by anybody else. Same for Dazzler, out on his own at the minute, down for the count. Broken the toe of old Crawler behind. Chalky actually managed to get enough of a gap. Dominator losing his penalty, that gives him 1.8 seconds breathing room between himself and Dominator. Still, even after breaking that slipstream, he's not pulling away, it's Treviso. Still 1.1, 1.2 seconds between him and RCMBE2. Hatter still looking for that way past. RCMBE2, he's risked it too much. He's got half a second penalty. That'll gift Hatterlad the position as long as Hatterlad can stay tucked under his rear wing. Is Hatter already looking to get past? Oh no, RCMBE2 going a little bit defensive into these chicanes. That was costing them both time now. Gap opening up between Treviso and RCMBE2 as they come into this final corner, still going defensive. But he will lose that penalty now. See the brake lights come on, the car will dip forward. There goes Hatter through. Might be able to carry enough speed to break the toe on for RCMBE2 here as well if he can get round turn one cleanly enough. Just keeps it within slipstream range. quite out of the woods yet. We are only a minute away from the checkered flag. And Treviso has gained 1.6 seconds lead up front. A little bit of fighting between second and third has just allowed him to pull that gap a little tiny bit. That's allowed second now then. RCMBE2 in third. Janio still 6 seconds back in fourth. Dazzler fifth, another 3.2 seconds back. Aldo in sixth, 3.5 seconds back. Purple sectors for him. Is he looking to put in fastest lap of the race so far? Keep an eye on that. Currently Treviso with a 1:53.8. Marty is in seventh, 7 seconds behind Aldo. Not too far in front of Chalky. Only 1.5 seconds between those two. 30 seconds left on the race timer. There is Chalky. There is Dominator. Unfortunately, Old Crawler's got it all wrong. He now ends up in 10th position. So 15 seconds. This will become final lap. It is going to be Treviso that takes the race win here in race 2. There he goes then, round that final corner. Through to take race 2 win here. Great drive from him. Started from third from the back. Found his way, well, he made a couple of positions pretty much after the first couple of corners. And just was able to find the speed and push his way through and take him first. He did. Hatalad then takes second. RCMBE2 third. Janio fourth. Dazzler fifth. Aldo comes home in sixth. Marty and Chalky. Marty and Chalky. It's going to be Marty anyway. Marty takes 7th, Chalky takes 8th, and Dominator comes home in 9th. And we just wait for Old Crawler. Again, he's got something wrong somewhere. There's big amounts of front end damage on that car. So I think he's been into a wall or two. Crawler crosses the line then to take that final position at 10th for him. So race 2 done and dusted. Race 3 still to come, and we change over to the newer VGT Mini, which you'll see when they throw themselves on. The one with 15 different exhausts or fuel fillers, depending on how you want to look at it. But there it is, there's results then. Treviso taking the win in race 2, Hatter second, RCMBE2 in third, Janio fourth, Dazzler fifth, Aldo in sixth, Marty 7th, Chalky in 8th, Dominator 9th, and Old Crawler in 10th. Oh, it looks like Marty might have clattered into Old Crawler, taking him out, unfortunately. So room prep again, that just resets everything, allows everyone to go and change their cars. And again, we'll start race 3 in the new VGT Minis. RCMBE2, what is a Tantot? I don't know what a Tantot is. Oh, well, slight change to the order. Oops. That's why Marty ended up down the order. Unfortunately, took Old Crawler out in the process. So race 3 then. It is going to be a rolling start for race 3, and we do change circuit a little bit. So we were at the Yamagiwa section of Kyoto Driving Park. We are now adding the Miyabi section as well, that little bobble at the bottom of the track you can see. So that would have been the chicane at the bottom of the hill, but as I said during the race, we could turn right there, and tonight in race 3 we are going to turn right there into the hairpin, straight into another hairpin, a very fast chicane section. It's not really a chicane, just a big fast set of S's, and then another sweeping left-hander before a hairpin at the bottom to rejoin the Yamagiwa section. Let's see if we can get ourselves. That is exactly where I don't want to be. Everyone's just joining this particular section. Swines. So yes, instead of turning left at the bottom, which is where we would have done with the last two races, we now go right through here, completely off camber. Again, you can see just trying to push that car out to the outside of the circuit. So this hairpin then very, very tight. As much speed as you can carry through here. Over the hill into a long sweeping left-hander. It's Treviso in his standard Wolverhampton Wanderers livery. Down this little straight, and then we rejoin the Yamagiwa section, which we were on. It is only that little tiny section that it cuts out. Back onto the original circuit we were on for race 1 and 2, and that is just the change. That's all it is. Just that little oval at the bottom. Back to the liveries. For race 3 then, let's have a browse through these. The full bronze for Hatta. Chalky in the dark Studios Martini livery. Aldo. He challenged Martini. And me, obviously. There, lots of me. Good lad. That was a wall. So, reverse grid, rolling start again. Old Crawler is going to lead us away down towards turn 1. Can't see anything, just except glare. We'll see how they get on. Final race of the season then, this one. Again, hopefully I can get points before the lobby shuts, etc. If not, I'll post them on the page tomorrow. And we are away then for the final race of the season. They all go peeling across track then, trying to gain as much tow as possible, except Marty, who's peeling across the track for fun. And it is Old Crawler that hangs on to the lead then up front. Chalky already trying to make his way past Dominator on the exit of turn 1. As you can tell, these VGTs are a lot faster than the 2005s. Marty in 4th, carrying good speed through there. Aldo in 5th. Dazzler in 6th. Hear those tyres squealing. I keep thinking I'm going to see cars backwards. Catalan in 7th, Genio in 8th, Treviso 9th. Oh, CMB 2 off track. Oh, Crawler's running slow. He was leading. Unfortunately, he's not leading anymore as we come onto this Yamagiwa section. Sorry, Miyabi section. RCMB2 nearly drifted trons that thing across the track in front of us. We'll go peeling around this new part of the circuit we're racing now. Get ourselves on board with race leader Dominator being chased down by Chalky, Hatta and Aldo. To the end of this Miyabi section, being closed up by Chalky into this final corner. And he goes for the outbraking up the inside. Hatalab follows him through, leaves the door wide open there, Dominator. Oh, Aldo's having a look as well. Nobody else quite close enough, side by side with Aldo running up the hill. There's the advantage coming into the hairpin. Also having a look at Chalky through there as well, getting the move done on him through the hairpin. Gains that top spot. Dazzler in 5th then, Treviso. What happened to you, Dazzler? What happened, Dazzler? You ended up backwards and firing yourself across the circuit. lad leading the way now. 0.8 of a second, sorry, over Chalky. Chalky second, Aldo third, Dominator in fourth, Treviso fifth. All over the back of Dominator running up here. Side by side, not quite. Dominator's got the inside line coming into this hairpin at the bottom. No, he hasn't, sorry. Treviso switched back across the track. You can see the wheel marks on the exit of that corner. Treviso up into fourth then, pushing hard, trying to close up on Aldo, Chalky and Hatter. Dominator fifth, RCMBE2 in sixth. Janio, unfortunately, he goes a little bit deep through there. Oh, he's holding half a second penalty as well. Dazzler all over the back of him. Marty looking to close that gap down as well. Crawler down in 10th. Hatter is off and away then. 2.3 seconds lead he's got up front. 4 minutes into race 3 here. Chalky in second, is he? Aldo looking for a little move into the Yamagiwa section, but Chalky holds on to it. Aldo stays third. Treviso right on the tail of these two now, then in fourth. There's Dominator in fifth, just 1 second back from top 4, except Hatter obviously, who's miles away. RCMB2 in 6th position, Dazzler 7th, Janio still holding that penalty in 8th. Wide through that turn, losing a bit of time as well, the tyres a bit dirty. Crawler in 9th. Marty unfortunately, big dents on his car, now in 10th position. About to say you've got a corner left you haven't dented, and there you go, trying to dent it. I want to see that corner dented by the end of the race, Marty. Hatter then still stomping around here up front, 3.3 seconds lead. It's all kicking off a second though. Chalky hanging onto it by the skin of his teeth, but Treviso looking for the move on him. Almost up the inside through these S's. Bumper to bumper, Chalky gets a switch on through there, allows Treviso to carry the speed. Wrong driver, Chalky still holds that inside line though. Who can carry the speed on the way out? Oh, side by side on the exit, great bit of driving between those two. Downhill, Treviso does get his way in front, Chalky goes for a move. Aldo's carried a bit too much speed in there, almost taken out Chalky. And then Dominator runs himself a bit wide through there as well. There's RCMB2 just getting around onto the Miyabi section. Dazzler is past Janio. Janio dropped that penalty now. A lot of work to do though. Old Crawler in 9th. Marty a long way back, 19.1 seconds. Again, if you look at the state of his car, you can see why. He's trying to dent every panel on that thing before the final flag drops. Look at this. Treviso now into second, but Hatter has already got almost 4.5 seconds lead. Pushing that Mini through that corner. 6.5 minutes into race 1. Treviso on the hunt then for P1 at the minute. Hatter holding that one. Chalky third, Aldo fourth, Dominator still in 5th, RCMBE2 in 6th, just 2.2 seconds behind him, Dazzler 7th, Janio still 8th, Crawler 9th, and there is Marty. Promising he's going to try and dent that final panel for us in the chat. Oof, Hatter. At the time he's gained already 5 seconds lead. He's already taken another half a second out of Treviso. Wasn't for that little mistake on turn on that final corner, he would have pulled an even bigger gap, I think. You do have to have a couple of jabs at these corners. They throw these Minis in. I don't think it matters if it's the 1965, the 2005 or these things. They throw them in, they grip for sort of a split second, and then they let go, and then they grip again. And that seems to be the way they drive. There you go, you can hear the tyres squealing. Double stab. Double stab. Well, that looked pretty clean from RCMB2. Looks like he only had one throw into that corner. Pushing here, Marty, 20 seconds behind old Crawler, not really lost any more time to him. There is the gap between Hatter and Treviso. As we talk about gaps, that has come down 3.5 seconds. Treviso finding a bit of time. He's pulled a great big gap between himself and Chalky. 1.8 seconds back to third place. Aldo a second back himself in fourth. RCMB2 losing a bit of time as well, 3.9 seconds behind Aldo. That had dropped to 2.2. So this is the gap to watch at the minute. Chase for the lead. Treviso 3.2 seconds behind Hatter. Through the hairpin cleanly for Hatterlad. Curbs again through there, Treviso. Not seen many of the drivers risking it that much, but it's working for him. He's still gaining time on Hatter. Field spread open a little bit now. Bit of a chase going on here. Dazzler, Janio. Ooh, Janio runs himself off track a tiny bit. 0.3 of a second between them. Carrying good speed down there, Janio. Don't think he's close enough to make a move into turn one. Oh, he has a little look. Chase back on. 0.3 still through the S's. He'll gain a little bit of time through here. Down to a quarter of a second. Oh, again, just pushing a little bit too hard, Janio. Early, trying to make Dazzler make a mistake, maybe. Still 0.3 of a second in it between these two. Down into this Miyabi section. Right line through there this time for Janio. Oh, Dazzler's got it wrong. Dazzler's got it wrong. I missed the switch. He's put it in the wall somewhere, I think, or just got that turn completely wrong because Janio's got past him. Dominator holding 8th. Old Crawler holding 9th. And Marty still 10th, 21 seconds down. Gap up front has dropped again. Treviso is absolutely stomping this VGT around this circuit here. Gap down to 1.6 seconds. We are 11 minutes and 30 seconds into race 3 here. It's a 20-minute race, so still plenty of time left for Treviso to try and close that gap down some more. Aldo staying pretty close together as well. CMBE2 trying to close that gap back up. So Janio moves up into 6th then with Daz getting himself off circuit. Out on his own, 6.7 seconds either side for him. There is old Crawler in 9th, and Marty going backwards somewhere, trying to dent that panel for me. So have a look. Has he managed all 4 yet? No, he's not. Not yet. Not yet. Gap's still at 1.7 up front then. 13 minutes, 7 minutes remaining for Treviso to press here. Marty just coming in the chat saying he hates this car. Well, you know, I think they all take a little bit of getting used to. Again, I think you've got to drive it like the old school Mini. You've got to have double stabs into these corners. Let it get loose and just let it get loose until it grips again. That seems to be what everyone else is doing. Seems to be how the 65, the 2005 and this thing handle. There you go. Just fling it in there. Wait for it to grip. Still then for the top two, Chalky and Aldo still pretty much neck and neck as well. RCMB2 is slowly closing up on these two, just 1.3 seconds back at the minute. Again, Janio found himself with a penalty on board, 8.2 seconds back from RCMB2. Oh, Dazzler's made another mistake. Dominator's got past him now, so Dominator into 7th, 8.6 back from Janio though, unfortunately. Dazzler down to 8th, another 2.3 back from Dominator. Crawler in 9th. Marty after binning it again, we've just seen. But again, he doesn't like the car and he's trying to dent that rear quarter right there for us. He's sitting in 10th. Hatter just controlling that gap at the minute. 1.8 seconds between himself and Treviso. Sectors there from Treviso. So we are at the 15-minute mark and only 5 minutes left for Hatter to defend. He's still got that 1.7 second cushion. And he knows any slight mistake, Treviso will jump at the chance to take this position off him. This is the 10th, gap down to 1.6. Apologies, it yo-yos back up to 1.7, then goes back down to 1.6, so it is yo-yoing all over the place, down to 1.5. Visibly closer now, Hatter. The footwork from Treviso here, just several stamps of the throttle just to stop these tyres from lighting up and letting go, but to keep enough speed. On the chase for, watch the accelerator around this corner. Stamp, 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 then stamp. Lots of feathering going on around these corners just to control the wheel spin, stop these things getting a little bit too sideways. Must be doing exactly the same kind of footwork because the gap is staying pretty much identical, although there seems to be more full let go and then a stamp between him and Treviso. Treviso making a tiny mistake through there. Gap stretches over to 2 seconds, bit more breathing room for Hatterlad. 2 seconds now as we're almost at the 17-minute mark. We are going to see 2 more laps. Chalky holding on to this third. Aldo's not been able to close that gap or get past him yet. RCMB2 stays 1.3 seconds behind him. Janio has lost a bit more time, I think. Gap's stretched about 4 seconds up to 12. Dazzler back past Dominator into 7th. Dominator right on his tail though, heading down the start-finish straight. Old Crawler just on the tail end of that, 1.9 seconds back himself. Marty, how's that rear quarter? That's far too clean, that is. Come on, you're running out of time. 2.5 minutes to get that looking like that. You can do it, Marty. In fact, he looked like he was coming up to a corner. We might just... Oh, you should just rag the handbrake right there, right there. Have it sideways into that post. He's got the hazards on. Back up front then, 18 minutes into race 2. Gap at 1.6 seconds again. You're aiming at top 10. Well, I don't know how you're going to do that unless you know Doctor Who or something. Wormhole. Gap still at 1.7 then. Towards this tight hairpin. Nobody would be able to... there's nobody moved an inch really. That gap 1.7 has stayed there for the last few laps. Chalky under pressure from Aldo coming into the hairpin. Goes defensive. Oh, sorry, Aldo up the inside. Apologies. Oh no, sorry, I'm looking at the wrong two drivers. It's Aldo and RCMBE2 having a punch up. RCMBE2's got a penalty to lose. So Aldo should get that position back off him by the time they come around this corner. Chalky holding that third. Big gap behind as well to those other two drivers. This will be it. This will become final lap for the majority of the guys on track. 19 minutes on the race clock. 20-minute race. Hatter leads 1.8 seconds from Treviso. I see what you did there, Marty. I see what you did there with your top 10. Because there's only 10 of you driving. I see what you did there. Clever. Like it. So into Miyabi for the final time tonight then for Hatter. Gap drops to 1.6. Did flick to 1.3 coming around that turn. But let's see what it is on the exit of this corner. 1.4. That gap is slowly coming down, but Treviso is going to have to do some absolute maniacal manoeuvres to try and shut this gap down by 1.3 seconds. Through the long sweeping left of Miyabi then. He is still bringing that time down. It's 1.2 seconds. Coming out of the Miyabi section now then. Easy to lose it through here. For Hatter, Treviso carrying good speed as well. Did just dip below that 1.2 second gap. It stretches back over it now. Different line through there for Hatter for this one. That loses him a lot of time to Treviso. Did have that gap down to less than a second. He's taking his time on these last couple of corners, allowing Treviso to close the gap up. Again, he just doesn't want to risk it. Oh, look at this. I was going to say Treviso's going to have to go for some absolute maniacal manoeuvres, and he's trying it, but he's not going to get the run on Treviso, on Hatterlad now. Not unless Hatter decides to stick it in the wall, but he doesn't, and he does take the win in race 3. Treviso takes second. Good race from him. Chalky is going to come home in third. Making a mistake somewhere, falls off the back of Chalky, puts himself under that bit of pressure from RCMBE2, but RCMBE2 unfortunately had a penalty or two to lose, so Aldo able to take that position back. Janio unfortunately wasn't able to get involved with the top 3 fight for this race, comes home in 6th. Dazzler will take 7th. With Janio and Dominator himself. Did Dazzler takes 7th though. Dominator comes home in 8th. Old Crawler takes 9th. And let's see, how did Marty get on with our Denton? Oh, he's missed a corner, look. But he did get his top 10. He did get his top 10. There he is, Hatterlad on the YouTubes as well. taking the win here in the final race of the season. So again, Mr. DSC Broadcasting, get your calculator out. I'm going to hang around for a few seconds unless you tell me not to, and we'll see if we can get some scores or something. If not, then I'll post them up on the page tomorrow, or as soon as I get them, I'll post them up. Obviously not in the middle of the night, but yeah. There it is in the chat then. Told you. There you go, Marty. Yes, you did tell me. Yeah, I was wrong. Apologies. So, DSC Broadcasting just coming in the chat saying, thanks for a brilliant season. No problem. New GR4 League coming soon. And then looks like this has been quite popular. So they're doing a Minis Season 2. A few thanks in the chat as well. No problem, boys. No problem. No problem at all. So, yes, the GR4 event coming up for the DSC boys, followed by Mini Season 2. Jake Gainford. Hello, Mr. Smoker. Sorry I am late. As I am. I missed everything. Nice to see you. Anyway, hope you're well, brother. Yes, I'm very well. Thank you very much. Thank you. 65 Minis Treviso champ. There we go. There we go. No problem, Treviso. No problem. We're just bigging you up for taking the 1965 mini champ. No, yeah, no problem, Mr. Gainford. Doesn't matter how late you are. You can always go and watch it back. It's not as if it's live and never to be seen again. So just wait on 2 more results then. See who actually takes the championships in the 2005s and the VGTs. But it is Treviso that takes the 1965 champs. I thought he would, even though he took 3rd in that final race of the season tonight. I thought he did have enough points just to take it. 05 Minis Hatterlad takes the win in that one. And then we just wait to see who battles it out in the VGTs, which we've just watched. Lots of live from DDR Alien Swift. Is that meant to be lots of love? Lots of live. Interesting. Might use that in Christmas cards. And there you go, Hatter taking the VGT champs as well by 1 point. Very close. I knew it was going to be close in the VGTs. Looking at the points, it was going to be real close. But there you go, Treviso championship winner of the 1965s. We've got Hatterlad taking the championship for the 2005s, and we also have Hatterlad taking the championship for the VGTs, which makes me kind of think that Hatterlad's probably taken the overall Mini Martini League DSC Broadcasting Championship, being as he's taken 2 of the championships. No problem, Janio. No problem at all. Power rankings to be confirmed. Oh, he's leaving you lot on a knife edge. Oh, to be confirmed. That means his fingers don't work and his brain's switched off. He doesn't want to work out the points right now, does he? That's what it is. But that's not a problem. We know who the championships are for the 3 actual champions. We just need to know who the overall super duper champ is. Oh, loads of penalties not applied or looked at. Oof. Could be. It could be Treviso. Could all change. But yep, that's pretty much going to be it then. If we're no problem Hatter, no problem at all. If we're going to be left hanging on the power rankings, I'll pretty much bid you lot farewell. So yes, that was the final round of the DSC Mini Martini League. Real good, punchy league. Definitely, if you want some, well, you've seen it. You've seen how chaotic it can be, and you know these cars are a little bit loose, all 3 of them. So yeah, it's made for some good racing. These minis always do. They always do. But yes, that is it. That's it for the Mini Martini League. The final race done and dusted. I am actually back on Thursday night with the P1 boys and their new Porsche League. Flipping it, I forgot that. It's the Porsche 911 GT3 RS League. So we've got that one running on Thursday. Oh, hold on. We've got more chat that I'm not keeping up with. Wiped out in Tokyo 05 for Treviso. Okay, no problem, Marty. Think we know of any league starting soon. I'll be back racing in a week. Bosch. Well, just above, it mentions that they're talking about a GR4 league in this group, in the DSC group, followed by another league of the minis. Again, I'm just about to tell you about some P1 races that are coming up that have only just started. They've only had round 1 so far, so you might want to get involved in those. On a Thursday night, we've got the 911s, the Porsche 911s. They're quite good, actually. They're a little bit loose, a little bit punchy. And then Sunday night, 9 o'clock, we've got the Evo versus WRX League. So they are street versions of the cars, as much aero as you can throw on them. And they've been a bit loose as well. They've been very similar to the minis. Once you get them behind another car, you just lose all downforce. So the cars start skitching around all over the place. So yeah, good one. So that's Thursday night at 9 o'clock for the Porsche 911s and Sunday night at 9 o'clock for the WRX versus Evo race. That is what we've got coming up. Nothing else on the calendar so far. As and when I know about the next DSC leagues, I'll let you lot know, and anything else coming up as well will obviously be posted on the Facebook page. But other than that, that's going to be it from me tonight, people. I hope you have liked what you've watched. If you have, please click that like button. It all helps me out, the algorithms out. Thank you for all the chat tonight. It's again, that all helps the algorithms out. If you know people that like this kind of stuff, share it out. You know the game, people. But most of all, what I want you to do is tell your mates and tell your mums. My name's Dark Smoker. I'm out of here.